Welcome to a Little Tom Foolery, Rob Little and Tommy Ryman. A podcast filled with laughs and gaffs, guffaws and haws, and maybe a picture of a dog. A little Tom Foolery, a little Tom Foolery, a little Tom Foolery. A little Tom Foolery, a little Tom Foolery, a little Tom Foolery. Fools!
Good morning, good day, good evening. Welcome to a Little Tom Foolery with your host, Rob Little. And as always, my consistent, always here co-host, Tommy Ryman. Tommy, we have a phenomenal, I've been waiting for, I don't know how long we've been talking about this, but it has come to the day and I am freaking excited.
Rob, this is exciting. It's a Little Tom Foolery, the ultimate Rob Little episode. It's the Rob Little Roast Comedy Birthday Extravaganza episode. We've pulled out all your best friends / former openers, 20 to 25 minutes in front of you in different towns, ate at diners with you. So,
this is, to me, the funniest guys I know. We got the funniest guys I personally know in my Rolodex. So we can go around introducing them real quick. We'll start with the original Drake with them. Drake and I started together, and was it the Seattle or San Francisco one, Drake?
It was San Francisco back in 2003, I believe.
Okay. We were in the San Francisco comedy competition and immediately hit it off and became besties after that. And Drake went on. By the way, when I introduce each one of these guys, they've all gone on to do much bigger and better things than me. 100%. So Drake went on and did a bunch of late nights right after that. And we worked together. We were together on the road for probably 3-4 years at least.
It seemed longer, but yeah, I think it's...
Then next we'll go to, I think it's Andy. Andy would be next, I think. Andy's really didn't go a lot with me on the road because he was already kind of starting to headline when I was asking him to come with me, and then he moved in with me in LA for a brief minute, and that was right before I had to move back to Michigan to take care of my mother. But that was I felt like such a jerk that time too, because what were you, maybe 3 months in, and I goes, dude, I gotta move.
Yeah, I think maybe it was longer than that, but it was not a long time.
Yeah, I know.
You know how right after you move all the way across the country, you're always like, I can't wait to do it again. And that's what Rob was able to provide for me.
I love it. So I like even the pre-show I'm getting roasted. All right, so and then next would be Tommy and Brent were like the exact same time, because it'd be like who can go and who can't, and they were on the road with me a lot, and I met both of them. Tommy and I met in Wisconsin, but Brent and I don't remember exactly.
We met at the Improv in Kansas City. That's where I first met you.
Was that the week Kevin Hart came in?
No, because I would have said, you remember the week Kevin Hart came in? That's what I would have said. But no, it was just you and me.
Okay. Well, he came in one night, like the very first night or something. And sorry, I was just trying to do a quick name drop, but Brent and I met in Kansas City, and I mean, we were on the road several times together, and then Brent went on to get Variety comic to watch this year, and his alter ego is just destroying online right now, and then Tommy is just got his second Dry Bar, his
cool
third album, he's kicking butt. Everybody's just doing so much better. And I'm just still kicking on down the road. But today we're gonna apparently my birthday's coming up, Christmas Eve. It's Robember. I don't know if you guys know.
You haven't mentioned it yet, Rob. Every year you haven't mentioned it. So
it is my birthday month, and
No, you get 1 day. Oh no, you got a month. I forgot you took a whole month for yourself.
Yeah. Well,
they start getting the decorations out right after Thanksgiving for Rob's birthday.
Yep, for Rob. That's what most families do.
Well, when you have a birthday like that, it sucks. And so you're just kind of like, I got to make a big deal about it. And that's what I started doing. So suck
That's
it.
good. I mean, a lot of people get frustrated about their birthdays, and then they turn like 12 and they move on with their lives. But you really hang in. So that's what we love about you, Rob, is you commit to things and you don't let anyone forget about it.
All right. So Tommy's gonna be our little host for this. Tommy will run it. And I can't tell you how freaking excited I am. Even that you guys just came, man. This is like our first multi-person guest show. So we've been promoting it online like crazy, and or to our I don't know, as best we can so far. But go ahead, Tommy. I'm sorry to keep talking.
But yeah, I want to thank everybody for taking the time to come out. I'm going to tell some stories about Rob, and then I'll kind of open up to you guys. And then he was like, are you guys going to roast each other? But I was like, we don't really know each other because we just opened it was all separate. So, and then I did absolutely no research on any of you as well, just because I saw you as competitors, really. But no, I think you're all wonderful. So I was just going to introduce, tell these funny jokes that I wrote about Rob, with the, between
that's all
today
it was to you, was a job. That's
yeah, it was exciting. One of my favorite things about Rob and being his opener is that he literally thinks you owe him everything because he brought you to small towns and funny bones for 2 to 3 years of your career. And you do. I mean, that's pretty much making it in comedy, is featuring for Stroop. But he also makes it fun because he does take you to diners and you get to eat breakfast with him a lot, and you get to watch him yell at diners if they don't provide him with Diet Coke, because that's something I learned on the road. Is some diners are like, oh, we just have coffee because this is breakfast, and he's like, but I need a Diet Coke, and they're like, oh, well, we don't really do that because it's breakfast, and then he'll be like, but that's how I function, and then he will destroy them on Yelp, and they will be burned down shortly after. Because the other thing I wanted to talk about Rob today is he used to do stand-up comedy. I don't know if you knew that. He was really good stand-up comedy. He toured everywhere, and apparently now, doing some research, he just does unboxing videos on Facebook, and he does home repair stuff. I think he may tour every once in a while, but for what I see mostly on social media is that he does unboxing videos and that he does know how to Photoshop his head onto other bodies. Because I think he took like a marketing advertising in like 1994, and they're like, we got this great thing. You can cut your head out and put it on a different body. And then you write which loony bins you're at on it. And people will come in droves. You will sell out. But Rob does teach a master class in graphic design if any of you do want to sign up for that after. But Rob, he's taught me a lot of stuff too. Like, we both moved to major cities. He lived in LA, then he kind of moved back to Michigan, but he did leave Michigan and he left for New York City, and I left to LA at the time because I was like, this is our big thing. And then Rob told me, like, no, I made a mistake. It's not New York City. It's Leesburg, Florida, is where the entertainment capital of the world is. That's where you're going to get the best exposure and the most fishing. And so there's that. And then what else? There was some really funny stuff, but I'm going to do that later. I'm going to do the closing one later because we do segments on this podcast. But a nice story too is that Rob did almost ruin my wedding. I don't know if you as openers had Rob marry you to anybody else, but I did that. Some of your openers are really smart, Rob, because they seem to have kept their distance. I really brought you into the fold. But yeah, Rob got ordained and married my wife and I, and Megan was paranoid. She was like, can he just read this thing? Cause he didn't want Rob Little riffs. And I was like, you know who you hired. You got Rob Little, dude. Buckle up. This is going to be different. And so he did a good job. He made fun of me in front of my family and friends a little bit. But my father-in-law fell in love with him. So that was the best part, because when my father-in-law was supposed to make a speech about me joining his family, he was just like, how about that Rob Little guy? That was really impressive that he was up there. So that's cool. So and then it's weird because we all have opened for Rob at different time, you know, like we starting in like 2003, I think Drake said, and we go up, and then all of a sudden it just stops. Like he doesn't have a regular new opener. And I think it's because cruise ships don't let you bring openers. I feel like that's where it kind of has dropped off. But he is a wonderful performer. It was fun to write these jokes. I got a couple more later, but I'm gonna open it up, and if you guys have stories and stuff, and just remember Rob's birthday is in 3 days. It's on Christmas Eve, and it's just impressive that he took the time out of this for us. Really, this is Rob doing us a favor, because I mean, just being on this podcast, we're all gonna get a little bump in our careers, a lot of bookings.
Yeah, you probably will. I'll probably get another late night. But
yeah, it's the Rob Little effect, is what I call it, where you just become bizarrely more successful than him. But yeah, I don't know if we want to do it in the order of who
let's go to Drake
for him win, or he wants to start it off with Drake. So and that's what is that? Are you willing to do that, Drake?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't have much prepared, but just hearing you talk, it just came flooding back.
It's like trauma.
The memories, a little bit of that, a little PTSD. But I did meet him doing the San Francisco comedy competition in 2002, and he started bringing me on the road. Just a couple of quick stories. I mean, one that stands out, we were at I think we were at Side Splitters, and we were eating at some place, and there was Trivial Pursuit cards on the table. And he was reading them, and then I would try to answer the question, which would work out with most adults, but Rob's not always such a strong reader. And the answer was, I think it was the question had to do with this condition that long haul truckers get is sometimes referred to as piles. And Rob tried to read the word, I believe he said hemorrhoids. Is that what it was?
No.
And we just it was that.
Are you serious? You don't remember the word? Because then we did it in Des Moines. We said it online, and a guy called in and said it the way I did. I goes, this is often referred to as somebody's milady.
Yes, that's what it was. Yes. He said, this malady. And I said, let me see that. And the word, of course, is malady. But I knew it involved piles somehow. But anyway, I thought it was hemorrhoids. But anyway.
Hemorrhoids.
You know, but reads at a 5th grade level, writes fart jokes at a 7th grade level. I mean, he told me once that he told me once, just in a conversation, just regular conversation, because you're on the road with him for hours, and you know he's going to be talking for most of that. He shared that I fart just like my mother. Thought that was an interesting thing to share.
My mom's here right now too.
Ever? Well, she knows. It's not going to be a surprise to her. So, there was another time when I realized I could read Rob's mind. We were at a Subway, and there was a police officer in there, and I just saw him look over, and I just said to him, I said, "No, Rob, you can't take his gun." And he's, "Oh my God, that's exactly what I was thinking." I was like, I know. Like he had a thought bubble. I think I could take his gun. He had the whole look on his face.
Stupid.
Let me see. That's there was okay. This story he'll enjoy. I don't know about the rest of you, but we stopped one time at a
I heard
porn was so readily available online. We pulled into one of those awful truck stop places, kind of as a joke. And Rob was looking at the videos, and I'm a literature man, so I went and was looking at Penthouse Forum or whatever it was.
It was a book. It was like a pamphlet.
Yeah, it's words. Yeah, and so he loved that. He just loved the idea. He actually did a bit on stage naming me, which is always good. And then for a while, he started calling me Dritham, which is
I still do.
the abbreviation, I guess. But he would introduce me. This is Dritham, and then he would say, "This is Dritham. He likes to read porn." this opening thing. Not my friend. This guy opens. We travel together. Just that's the opener. He likes to read porn.
Because I've never met anybody that.
No, I know but definitely bring it up when you're introducing new people, right? Be like, "Hey, this is Rob. He farts like his mom." Right? I would never say that to anyone because I'm a normal person. Oh, the wedding stuff. That's phenomenal. Yes, he interviewed for a position that was not available several times. He sent in references asking multiple times if he could officiate the wedding. And I just kept telling him as clearly as I could, no, you can't do that. And then, but I invited him, but he wasn't dating anyone at the time, but he kept trying to bring some girl he met at a club that week. So that was a no too. That was
You're so
stupid. Right. I mean, that's completely true. Multiple times. But you need me to officiate, right, Dritham? You want me to officiate? No, I don't want that.
And quit calling me Dritham.
And then as far as like reaching heights, you guys have all done great. I was on the cruise ships near the end. And I said, I can't do this anymore. So I pretty much stopped doing that. And then, so now I teach high school. And so that's phenomenal. That's not a joke.
Yeah, but you did a bunch of late nights.
I did. Well, no, I did. Yeah, I did some late night shows and all that, but I was pretty much just middling everywhere. So, and I can't say I really miss, going to Des Moines twice a year for $500, but I can say that I now teach. I teach history. I teach special ed history, and I don't think anything prepared me more for teaching special ed than working with Rob Little for this man.
You're welcome. Jesus.
And yes, so it's an honor, and as Andy said, this is what it's all about. Robember every year. Jesus gets one day, Rob gets a month. So, and I love the idea that you did consider part of your brain, again, that thought bubble, you thought that Andy had decorated his parents' house.
Well, I know he's not from Michigan, and and I thought, oh, he's got some joke about this.
Mom, Dad, do you mind? It's just for a month. Can we do it?
Rob legit thinks we've been working on this for a month together. Really?
I forgot about this twice since you first asked.
And just know Rob threw this for himself. Like, he's the one that made the group Facebook message. Like, that's how.
Well, I just knew I was really wanting you guys to be a part of it. Is why.
No, we're excited.
Right.
It's good.
Yeah. Let's go to Andy next. Speaking of his map. If you're listening
That's a map
to this
of Michigan.
Yeah.
This is the Indiana Dunes that we also put up for you. I've heard you've been there before. You can see it. I also didn't prepare. I put about as much preparation into this as Rob's been putting into his act for the last 2 years. Come on. Listen, maybe some of us have more late night spots, but none of us have more memories than you, Rob. This is a video podcast. Can they see your wall of memories?
Yeah, we do it on YouTube.
Okay.
And, yep.
So I lived with Rob for, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 months. And this is how I haven't seen his new place, but this is how his whole place is decorated. Rob decorates like he goes into like the home aisle at Target and just like, I'll take all of it. I don't even know if I told you this, Rob, but when I moved into your apartment, you weren't there, and there was this big live, laugh, love sign on the wall. And I just had this moment of like, I can't believe I'm living in this fucking apartment right now. You had a live, laugh, love before we were making fun of live, laugh, love. I mean, that was back. You were one of the first people to jump on to live, laugh, love. You were there before it became so overused that it was a horrible thing. Is there a live, laugh, love in your place right now?
Hell no! I just made fun of somebody else for having one. That's why I was shocked when you
made fun of someone else for having it.
Yeah, I don't remember.
How was the day when you finally threw yours out? Where you're like, I think it's come to an end.
Well, where was it at in the house? I don't even remember.
I don't know. It's hanging on the wall.
Okay.
Well, maybe I'm remembering wrong, but there's no way to check. So
yeah,
Rob loves live, laugh, love signs. If any of his fans could send him some for his place, that would be really great.
Don't say that because they've been sending us all kinds of stuff.
Rob was talking about how we all open for him, and we owe a lot to Rob. But let's talk a little bit about who Rob owes everything to. Carrie Underwood. None of us would have gotten to play any of those clubs if it wasn't for Carrie Underwood. Boy,
you're probably right.
Put his heart into that one. I opened for Rob at a bunch of clubs. Let's run through some of them. South Bend Funny Bone, Jokers in Milwaukee, Fairview Heights Funny Bone. These places are all closed, by the way. None of them were able to make
One was Deja Vu in Columbia.
Deja Vu also closed. I was trying to come up with a list of all of the ones, and most of them are closed. Yeah. That's a good omen. Let me think. One of the things that I did with the one day, I think that we were actually both in LA at the same time, because when I lived with you, our paths almost never crossed. I don't even know if I saw you, other than one day we went for a hike at Griffith Park, and that's where you can walk up to the Hollywood sign. If you've never been, and it was very fun. And I like to go for hikes, and we did have a fun time.
Brent, that's exercising, by the way.
Yeah, this is something. That hike has stuck with me because like a horse walked by, and you told me like, yeah, if you go to this horse place, you can ride the horses up to the Hollywood sign, and it's a real panty dropper. You know that? So whenever I see people on a horse, I'm like, oh, they're from the Rob Little School of Dating. They're about to drop them panties.
It's a good date. It's a good date.
Yeah, no, it's a great date. Yeah, panties drop. And Rob, great comedian, fun guy to hang out with. Maxim Magazine's Comedian of the Year, if I remember correctly. Yeah. And 15 years later, no one knows who Rob is or Maxim Magazine.
Nope.
But thank you for having me on. I'm happy to call you my friend.
Yay. Thanks for doing it.
Nice work, Andy. You can see Andy all over the internet. He's got a dry bar special as well that went huge. Comedy Central half hour. So check him out.
Thank you.
And he's probably spending about $4,000 a month to have this guy edit his videos too.
And he lives with his parents right now.
Yeah,
in a wood paneled basement.
Does it count as living with your parents when you go there for Christmas? I mean, I guess I am living with them.
Yep, that's it.
All right. Next up. Am I doing it? Or you, Tommy?
Do you want to introduce him?
Yeah, I'll introduce him. Next up would be Brent Terhune from Indianapolis, Indiana. And he toured with me along with Tommy around the same time, and just got named one of Variety Magazine's top comedians to watch.
Yeah. So I just want to, on behalf of all, me and all your other side pieces, Rob, I want to thank Tommy for taking the bullet and doing a podcast with you so we don't have to. Rob, I know you're excited that, when we were having a roast, then Tommy had to explain to you that he didn't need the food. I know, Rob, you're from Peconic, Michigan. That's population 1,307. And Rob, you're 4 of those people. Peconic actually translates into English to potato place, which is about how everybody from that town looks. I'd fit right in. Rob went to Central Michigan University where he majored in losing his hair.
That is true.
Rob, you were the secretary of your fraternity. As we all know, your frat was I Felt a Smegma. Which you tried to show me that handshake several times and I turned you down. I'm surprised you even made your own roast, Rob. I figure you're too busy going over your time at another club. Rob thinks that when they give the light from the back, that means 30 more minutes. And when they give it again, it means stretch. Rob is funny the same way I'm skinny. This sentence is the longest Rob's gone without eating carrot cake. Rob looks like a before and after picture at the same time. Rob, your blood type is ranch dressing.
That's probably true.
You once gave diabetes to a vampire that bit you.
What?
And Rob, you're so fat that you have a sandwich named after you.
That is true.
And that's not even a joke. It's just cool to see you do something that Chris Farley hasn't already done. So, but here's to you, Rob. I love you and thank you for being my friend.
Yeah, that was awesome. Brett took it seriously.
Well, you know, somebody had to be a fucking professional on this piece of shit.
That's why he's this year's top 5 comics to watch. Oh, that was awesome. I love when you started right away. I was like, oh, he's doing it for real. There we go.
It was the hardest 2 hours I've ever spent on anything, Rob. So.
I know you must have went to my Wikipedia page to get
yeah, I was
secretary.
also surprised you have a Wikipedia page. So
I was too.
You really need to change your grammar up on that because I know you wrote it. So
there's no way I wrote that. I don't even know how to edit them because there's a few things in it that I'd like to edit and make it longer.
We'll talk to them. But I remember you and I went to Monticello in Richmond. What's his face's house? Thomas Jefferson's house. That was fun.
What is that in there?
No, just a memory that you and I as friends shared. I guess I'm
putting it in there now.
Yeah.
Thank you,
then we
Drake.
went to Edgar Allan Poe's house too, so that should be included.
I feel like all of you've done something with me, like on the road that had to be history or related or something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you and I
I
made
think we maybe
history.
stopped at the Mars Cheese Castle together.
Yeah. We definitely all ate together. That's for sure. Tom even said that. He goes, what did we get to talk about? Just every place we ate with you? I mean, I was like, yeah, that's probably true. So yeah, that was awesome. Thank you guys. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to do this. And God, I really was hoping it was going to be good, but I mean, you guys did the best you could.
Rob, before are you going to roast us? Because I have two segments that we normally do. Like normally we have a dog of the week segment, but I'm going to do Rob of the week.
Oh, okay.
Pictures of
It's
Rob.
gonna be pictures of me. Oh no.
Well, just another thing about Rob is his identity kind of changes over his time. Like I don't know, based on when you were opening for Rob, what his wardrobe was, but this is what he started. This is what Rob started comedy wearing. Would be this. I think he was wearing a coat and a weird thing. Then he had like Ed Hardy thing. He was wearing like blue jeans and printed t-shirts, and now he's just gone the newest Rob of the week. He's just gone full Easter Sunday. This is what Rob does.
Pre-vest.
Yeah.
Hit me, Rob.
Vest.
Hit me. That's you look like you're trying to deal some cards there, Rob.
I know. That's what I like about the vest. You could either be doing comedy, shooting pool, parking cars. Like
prepare you for their other careers.
Right.
It was his own twist on me wearing cardigans and ties, and he's like, I can put a Rob little twist on that. Boom, best.
It's so haven't you guys all kind of go? No, really, you haven't, because Tommy's always wear cardigans. Andy always wears something that's too big for him.
That's never been my problem. By
Brent
the way.
wears something too tight.
Do you get a discount on those vests at the prom rental places?
No, I get them from AliExpress on online. That I got to yell at some Asian guy for 20 minutes to get my right size. But yeah, I love wearing them now. But you're right; they do look like you could be doing 10 different things. So
they look good. I like them.
It's better than there was that phase I went through where I just wore only Detroit shirts for a while. I think that was with you, Andy. Was that?
Oh yeah.
It was that time
Maybe.
frame. I don't know. And it was just like
I was like early, like I was Ed Hardy into hoodies. There's a big hoodie period there.
There was. I don't remember that either. But
The other segment I was gonna do was our Fools in History.
Oh yeah.
Is Rob will always look up like a historical, because he had that TV show that was real successful. Here's a little history with Rob Little. He pitched it on, talked about it on a lot of radio shows. Someone with Phil, the guy from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire bought it or something. I can't remember all the.
It's on his Wikipedia, Tom.
Yeah. But I wanted to tell you, Andy addressed it a little bit, but yeah, what Rob does owe a lot of his career from August of 2006. That's how far. That's when Carrie Underwood, Before He Cheat, came out. 2006. That's 15 years ago. And then Rob had heard of this other guy, Weird Al Yankovic, who he changes the lyrics to songs, and so he did his own. And then I was just going to talk about some of the history that was happening in 2006. I had been doing stand-up for 1 year. That for me personally, just doing stand-up for 1 year. And then also Tiger Woods, he became the youngest player to become a 50 PGA Tour. He won a 3-stroke victory. And
yeah, look what he's doing now. Saying shit.
Walked away from golf. He's just tried. Also Sylvester Stallone was sued by settled from some guy that was another boxer. And then what was the other one? The Scream. Remember the Scream painting that got returned? It was stolen in 2004, and then 2006 it was returned. And then and then Rob Little wrote that song in the following year.
I don't know what you're saying here.
I'm just reading historical facts.
If I don't do it sometimes, I had a club owner told me he only hired me. Well, whoever said the joke, hired me because he goes, I didn't do the song one night. And he's like, what the hell are you doing? You got to do the song. I'm like,
no, I mean, it's comedic genius. None of us are saying it's not good, Rob. It's the best. It needs to be,
I'm 100% with you. I'm sick of it too, but
no, don't ever get sick of that. That's
it's my separate ways, man. It's my journey.
Why write another closer when you got one, right? You don't fix it if it ain't broke. What? Oh, the counting song.
Yeah, I do that one. That's
the one that got you into a documentary about cancel culture. That's something to look forward to, everybody. Rob Little's opinion on cancel culture. That's gonna be. That's what everybody wants.
I know
no.
it. I
didn't know there's a new cut. There's a cancel culture Rob Little song.
No, this is just a documentary he got interviewed for about his other closer, I guess. Sorry.
Which is another bit that I've been doing probably as long as. But yeah.
Technically, that song came out before Carrie Underwood's song. So.
the 10 Little Indians.
Yeah. It's pretty dated.
Yeah.
Dritham knows it.
Oh no! I mean, I've watched rooms come alive. I mean, they certainly weren't cheering like that when I was on stage. They weren't into my shit.
No.
Well, there we go. Thank you.
So yeah, I mean, they loved it.
I could have did Catch a Tiger by a Toe too. I mean, they still probably.
There's all sorts of sing-alongs that again I am able to use with my students. So the training. the gifts.
And did you say it was special ed history?
I do teach special ed history, yeah. So we have it's pretty much, it's weird because February on my calendar, that's Rob Little month, where we just hit on, historical facts that I've learned from you over the years.
Oh, do you have some? Oh, that was such a great lead in too. I was like, what? Instantly my head's going, what have I said to him? Like, did you know this? And
I mean, there would be things, and you would try to share something with him. What was it you'd say? Look it up. You do it. You look it up. I mean, I remember too, I know what you're talking. Anytime we were in some kind of competition, we would compete about everything, right? Like whose food was going to get there first or whatever it was, a lot of like condo golf.
Oh yeah.
But anytime he was victorious, you knew he'd won because he would tell you to lick it. Yeah, lick it.
Rob,
you're thinking of the look. You're thinking of the look thing where you go, hey, look at that. And I'm like, you look at it.
Yeah, that's right.
That's it. Yeah.
I played cornhole with you a bunch of times in Arizona, and you never lost a game. You were like, you're so good at it. And I guess probably just because I'm so bad at it, but we probably played 50 games and you won every single game.
Yay, some good things are coming out now.
That was the only one.
Oh, well, I'll take it.
Also, Rob
add that to the Wikipedia page. Thinks winning cornhole is a good thing.
Rob has had the most standing ovations out of all of us as well, because he will let you know about it. How many he had that night. But so it's
well, maybe when
Rob,
you
are you drinking? Rob, are you drinking well water? What are you? It looks like dirty water. Do you know this filter?
I get it trucked in from Flint, so from my home.
This is one of his urine things.
Yeah.
Did you grab the wrong water bottle out of your car from a road trip?
It's actually from Pinconning, which is how you actually say it, Brent.
You mean Pinconning?
Yeah, Pinconning. You're missing an N right at the beginning.
The cheese place right next to Wisconsin. Yeah, that's good.
We are the cheese capital of Michigan.
Right next to Wisconsin. So
yeah. Well, you look at Andy's map, what state stands out? The one surrounded by water. That's
the one of Michigan.
Yes.
But what were you drinking, Rob?
It's diet green tea.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's right. Take care of yourself.
I love it. Hey, you can't say that I don't laugh the most though when you guys are ripping on me, and even in real life. Come on.
No, you're a sweetheart, Rob. You're the best. And we're all gonna send you our veils because we gotta get back out there.
That's not true. You guys are all doing Drew them, but I mean the rest is Drake.
I'm gonna send mine to Andy. So Tommy, you get Rob and I'll go with Andy.
No, I'm good. I'm gonna go work with Drake in the school for a bit. But that's nice. So,
Drake, I didn't remember. I thought you were already married when we started working together.
No, and that's just another case where if it's about someone else, you have a hard time with the information.
Shut up. That's not true. What are you talking about? I love, for me, what?
I was dating the same person, then we got married.
Oh, right. What I liked about working with Tommy John, Andy, was everything was way smarter is what I liked. That was another thing about all you guys. I just worked with a comic this past week at the Looney Bin, and I literally called the booker up. You guys know him, and I said, don't ever book me with that guy again. He was like screaming high energy, and all he talked about was drugs. And I said, I like low energy guys, and I like the smarter guys, because then I could be the dumb, goofy one after them, right?
Again, Rob, you could have just said that to my face.
But But I like that you guys are you do low energy drug jokes, not high energy.
I like feeling used at the end of this too.
What's that?
I like feeling used.
Yeah. There's so many times we had fun on the road, though. You guys suck it. Lick it, drink.
Those were the roast jokes you wrote to get us back, Rob?
I didn't write any. You told me not when you said you weren't going to do it. So I was like, oh, maybe I won't do that then.
Oh.
Plus, I was literally every freaking night somewhere on the road this past week. So I was just dying. There was 2.5 days in a row I didn't sleep. Literally was up every single hour. It was, yeah. So I'm glad to be home. My family's, my mom and my nephew, and everybody's here. So we're my lady, everything's great. And I hope you guys.
Is everything okay? You just said that you said you had a milady. Is everything good?
My lady. I'm sorry. My hemorrhoids are acting up right now. And, yeah. So I feel like I've grown a lot though since each one of you guys. I mean, now I'm a handyman. I'm fixing stuff. I never did that at Live, Love, Laugh when we had that apartment. I'm really surprised none of you other guys have lived with me. I mean, Brent, you kind of needed a place. You lived out of your car for a long time, it felt like.
I did not. I never did. But again, you say whatever. It sounds funnier.
Well, the smell definitely felt like you did.
Okay. Yeah.
There you go.
There it is.
There it is. But you know what else is kind of funny is so you, Brett and Tommy were like the same time, and both your driving skills are about the same. I feel like we will get to the gig, but there's no way we're going to be early. We're definitely taking our time. We'll get there when the battery is charged, and
well, not all of us own a Charger or whatever you had before, Rob.
Yeah,
so.
that's just true. Well, that's
You
what Gary
also
Underwood did for me.
Right.
What, Tommy?
Well, I was gonna say you had the option to drive as well, but I guess you wanted us to just be smart and drive you around like your little helpers.
I don't know why you had to sit in the back, Rob.
Yeah, it was really cruel.
And put a curtain up.
I say driver.
Let me know when we get to the diner.
So much carrot cake back there, everywhere.
She's got bad eyesight. That's my favorite.
Shut up.
Well, we should.
Well, thank you.
We gotta
guys.
probably wrap this up. Does anybody want to have anything they want to promote? Their Twitter and.
But we're real quick. Don't you normally say something nice after you roast the guy?
We did. We all said that at the end of our.
Brent's the only one that said something nice.
We all did. I talked about, but
all right.
Jesus,
I try.
Just edit
Well,
it in.
you're welcome, all you sons of bitches. That's
Well,
what
you listen back at the very end. I said I'm very happy
Yeah.
to call you my friend.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
You just didn't hear it. I mean, is
I
that
heard-
not enough?
I heard it, but it didn't sound genuine.
And to be fair, I couldn't come up with anything.
Yeah.
You jerk.
Rob Little, he's the nicest, angriest comedian out there.
Nice
Everybody
and
loves him.
angriest. Oh, shut up, Tommy. Angriest. When have I ever? I've never been angry at. Have I been angry at you guys ever?
Seems like now.
Yeah.
His memory he can shut it, like he'll yell at us and then like, I never yelled at you guys. Well, not saying nice stuff for me on my roast. This is gonna be insane for him to edit. This is
Wait
gonna be
till I
wild.
edit this. I'm just gonna piece each word together.
Rob is the
Rob,
greatest come ever. He like him a lot.
All right. Well, thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for
Thank
taking
you. Happy birthday.
time. Oh, thanks, buddy. And I
Yes,
appreciate
happy
you
birthday.
guys. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for taking time out of your very light schedule. And it's been super fun. Just as fun as I thought it would be for most of you. And Tommy, I mean, I still got to work with you, so I guess. But Yeah, and then we'll send you guys the home version of a Little Tom Foolery so you can listen all you want. And I will tag you guys in this, and we'll put it up. It'll probably be up tonight or tomorrow. So thank you.
You don't need to tag me.
I was gonna say that joke, and then I thought, it's gonna sound stupid for me, but
I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, we'll tag you and Tommy. So Chonigan, and then same joke twice. Rob, come on, that was weak. Robbie.
All right, and you guys just leave. He's not gonna stop, so it's gonna be up to you guys to just leave. when
Give him
you
the
do.
light.
That means 30 more.
So, I know. All right. I'm trying to stop, and then you don't say nothing, Tommy. So you go. That's why.
Well, I just want to thank everybody for coming out. You guys were all wonderful. If there is anything you want to plug, let me know. But you all have websites and stuff, and you're fantastic comedians. And I feel like I've bonded with you more because we've all been through this and other things together.
Trauma bonding.
It is. No, but we got to
like
give
a
it up.
domestic feature meeting.
Just give it up one time for the man of the hours. Birthdays in a couple days, even though it's been all month. Rob Little. Round of applause.
Yay. I love you guys.
An episode of Little Tom Foolery. You can listen to it everywhere. Watch it on YouTube. Become a Patreon member if you want. And if you have any more questions, just visit littletomfoolery.com. But this has been super fun. We made the episode all about Rob. We didn't think it could be done, but it was done, and it happened, and it exists. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a great day.
Hey, thanks, guys.
See you guys.
Bye.